Hi guys, this is Hotel Charlie 625 MKIII here, and we will be doing a quick test flight of the Simchair MKIII cyclic, which I have just released on Thingiverse, and the MKIII Simple Collective as well. For rudder pedals, I'm using the Mark II version for now. Mark III version is currently in development. I think it will be ready soon enough. This is the DCS Huey. This is probably my favorite simulator because it provides probably the most realistic feel of the helicopter. So we're ready to take off, and let's try and do some more or less precision flying to show the capabilities of this control set. All the controls are hooked up to the PC with the Simchair MKIII USB controller, which is essentially the Arduino UNO with the proto shield, and some custom piece of UnoJoy modified firmware is loaded on it, so you can download both the enclosure of this controller for Arduino UNO and the Simchair MKIII firmware for it, which by the way provides free 10-bit access as well as filtering and calibration capabilities. So probably it's the cheapest and probably the best option for using with this control set. Though you can use any controller you like, because you know these controls are very universal. They just require 5 volts and provide standard analog signal output. So let's take off and look what we can do. Controls are set to full linear, so I'm controlling the thing with applying pressure to the stick, which should be pretty close to the real one. So I believe it's enough hovering. Let's take off and look if we can maintain the steady climb rate and altitude. I will be climbing to 1000 now. As you can see, I'm able to maintain a constant clamp rate, and the controls are quite steady. So, Simchair MKIII firmware eliminates even the slightest jitters that can be still present with Hall effect sensors, you know, especially when stretching the resolution of the analog input of the Arduino UNO to its full capabilities. Things can become a bit noisy, and filters allow us to counter that. As you can see, not only the controls are steady, but helicopter is still controlled with only slightest pressure on the stick, and everything is no. The input lag is still non-existent, or almost non-existent. At least you can't feel it with normal operation. So we're settled in the desired altitude. Let's increase our speed to 80 knots. So let's make a turn. So what is cool about the MKIII version of these controls is that they don't require any kind of hardware calibration, because Simchair MKIII required constant adjustments to be made, because you can accidentally touch the sensitive parts of it, and it resulted in controls going to weird positions, and you know, you had to adjust stuff constantly. But with Mark III, everything is fixed, everything is predefined, and you can't actually adjust anything physically. And all the calibration process is done in firmware. You can still do it mechanically by moving the gimbal on its mount and adjusting the the desired form of your cyclic stick, which can be adjusted to your physical parameters like height and arm's length and everything. So let's follow the road. We'll be descending to 500 feet. So let's turn around and land here and try hover taxi to the parking area. By the way, if you're interested about in what I'm using as my head tracker, this is a very nice EG tracker. This is a great thing, really. As you can see, it works flawlessly. And we're in ground effect now. So you can see that the Simchair MKIII control set allows for precise enough flying. Let's park here. So I'm fixing the cyclic in its central position with the calibration bracket and detaching the stick itself. So you know, you can sit on this chair and you know, where you're not flying, you can still use it as a regular chair, which is really cool, because I've got really sick of things protruding from under the chair. It's not cool at all. So the cyclic is mounted kinda like Bell 206 style. It is mounted under the chair, which is good because this way it is protected from dust and it is covered by chair. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys like the control set, and if you have any questions about how to build it, or need to make some modifications, and you want to know how to do it, just contact me with private messages or something. I will try to help you, and I think we'll sort all the problems out. So thanks for watching, and excuse for my not so good English. See ya in DCS.